shadow. What have you come to learn about the straight line stuff that maybe you didn't know before, being this kind of casual thing?
I mean, literally the most obvious thing for me was I could not understand why they don't put brand new tires on every run. You know, we're limited by how much horsepower we have, and, you know, we're always wanting maximum downforce to make corner speed, but, you know, for them to get maximum grip, it's not necessarily just maximum wing angle to get it there. There's other variables that make that happen. But I think just the engineering behind it, there's things that are the same, but there's a lot of things that are way different than what we do with cars that you make turn. After we had went out on our first date, I read an interview that she had done, and I thought it really made perfect sense to me of how you encompass what she does in under 4 seconds and what we do in 400 laps. So
somebody had asked me, and I don't remember if it was Auto Week or what, but it basically was, what's your rebuttal to people that say all you do is just go straight and don't turn? And clarification, what we do in those very small amount of seconds, which really from start up to turn out is about 1.5 minutes, but so our margin and room for error is so much smaller, and we don't have another lap to work closer to a guy or fix that turn or do something different. It's very immediate, and there's no second chances. But now it makes sense, though, where you've seen the intensity of all the drivers and how quickly you can be from here to zero to hero based on literally 0 second chances.
Yeah, the summary of it was the amount of concentration she has to have during that 90 seconds is the same amount of concentration we have to have, but we spread it out in 3 hours.
Which I don't think I could do that.
And it realistically is basically that. I mean, to sit there and watch her and literally the first day that I went with her to the racetrack and watched her make 2 passes that day, I couldn't even see the car going down through there. I saw fumes, I saw clutch dust. I never physically saw the car go down through there. But the amount of stuff that happens in such a short amount of time is way different than what we have in our sport.
If you want to get into advanced levels of things, you try and know what they do or know what they're capable of messing you with. Therefore, you become a stronger-minded individual of what it is exactly that I need to do, what's best for this car, brake pressure-wise, clutch pressure-wise. We really do not breathe. Do all the breathing beforehand. I feel like I'm an in-shape person, and I get done with these runs, and I feel like I ran 8 miles. But I think that's the physical pressure of the G-forces on your body, holding your breath, and looking around. And depending on what track you're at, sometimes you can see your wind lights, you can see what you ran, reading at 335 miles an hour, a number.
Running 200 miles an hour, you're running 300 some odd miles an hour. Does it slow down for you guys too, to where you can pick up those nuances?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it depends on when it is though too. I feel like my qualifying runs, which I could be running 360s then, are very slow because I'm so focused on the car, and probably the same thing with you. But once competition happens, it's not that you're seeing red, but you're seeing and feeling things differently, and you are, for me, literally doing what's best and quickest then, and I mean from a pedaling standpoint. So there's not one race that I watch him and see him and competitors and teammates do that I'm not in awe of, and I'm just over here, give me some pom-poms, I'll be your biggest cheerleader.
I will not be bringing the pom-poms to the events. Like, I go to her, I mean, I literally went to the U.S. Nationals, and after 2 days was exhausted. Was literally exhausted by the end of Sunday. If I mess up a corner or something happens, I've got, a sprint car race, I've got 29 laps to fix it. or a stock car race. I mean, sometimes 499 laps to fix it. For her, it's the old thing at the playground, and make it, take it, miss it, kiss it. I mean, it either works right, or if it doesn't, you go home. I mean, you're done. So I mean, it's, to me, that's a level of pressure that I'm not used to, because I mean, to have it all, I mean, that's like a restart with one to go. With all the cars that I've driven, I mean, you didn't have to go out there and just run that 100% lap. I mean, you have the ability to sneak up on it. I mean, start at a speed you're comfortable with and work up to it. But I think it's way different for us than it is in her side, because those cars aren't meant to run part throttle, and it's not like you can just turn around and you make another lap and you go a little faster and you just go a little faster. I mean, you run and you're down for an hour.
I've made it this far and dedicated my life to driving this vehicle, and I am still not ready. But there is no other way to be ready than to continue to do it and get past that fear. Never mind the fact we had blown up the round before on the line, and so all these variables. But there literally is no training wheels for when the clutch and the motor come one to one. And then from there you work backwards and get in the mental state. That's what I did. So you can't go 330 and drive a race car until you go 330 and drive a race car.
That's good. I mean, we got plenty